Hello! As you guys are probably aware by now, I'm always looking to find a deal. And it just so happens that these Sony truly wireless earbuds, they actually come in a little bit more than the Galaxy Buds, but a little bit less than the Bose SoundSport Free Wireless. So I wanted to see what Sony could bring to the table. These are Sony's truly wireless earbuds. What's up, handsome people? If you're like me and you have a limited income, but you love expensive gadgets, you've come to the right place. On this channel, we focus on getting the best gadgets for the least amount of cash. So if you're new here,
subscribe now.
And hey, don't be shy. Feel free to check out the links in the description below anytime during the video. So let's see if Sony is full of baloney. So you can pick these up on Amazon for about $178. And well, as far as first impressions go, the packaging is very, very Sony-esque. I remember back in the day when I was a kid, looking at headphones, looking at Sony headphones. They've always had this cheap plastic see-through where you can see the product. The box is, I don't know, presentation to me didn't blow me away, but I didn't let that factor in. And I just actually wanted to test the product and see if it was any good. The official name is the WF-SP700N. And this thing's got extra bass. At least that's what it claims to be, but we'll talk about that a little later. NFC, Bluetooth, HD calling, IPX4, 3 hours of battery life.
Oh no!
Ambient sound, and this is the Sony app logo utilized to connect the headphones to your phone and all that. It says it's wireless noise canceling. On the back here, we got a picture of the device inside the model's ear, the case where the buds actually rest and they charge. And we have some features back here, ambient sound, noise canceling function, enhance your sports music experience with Sony, Headphones Connect app, which is the app that I talked about on the front. It's right here again. Secure fit with arc supporter and 3-dimensional curved design, up to 9 hours of playback time via the charge case. Okay, but when you open your box, this comes up. See, very, very classic Sony. I don't know if you guys remember this, but it's so classic, so nostalgic. And so the case was in here, the buds were in there. Some instructional guides. Got a QR code to easily download the app. Look at these instructions. You see what I'm telling you? You see what I'm saying? Look at this. Look at these instructions. It's nice that they show all the pictures and stuff, but it's so Sony. It's completely Sony. At the bottom here, this is where the instructions are, as well as the additional tips and the wings right there. So that's basically it, what you get in the box. So let me put this to the side and then we'll talk about the buds. So along with the first observation of the packaging, when I pulled out this case, I was thinking to myself, this thing is super light and it feels real cheap. I'm sorry to say it, Sony, but this feels cheap. The Bose, yeah, it was on the bigger side. The Galaxy Buds, yeah, they're on the smaller side, but they both felt pretty solid. This one feels hollow and cheap. Not to mention this little hinge right here. I mean, it's a cool concept how you can just, either way, just fling it up like this to the left or to the right. Well, let's do that again. To the left, to the left. Oh, see, to the right. It can go either way. It's a different way to access the earbuds themselves, but I'm just afraid this little hinge right here is really thin. It just feels really cheap, really, really cheap. So yeah, so the case does support easy pairing with NFC. So basically what you gotta do, you turn on the buds, you have them outside of the case, you get your phone, you turn on the NFC feature on your phone, you tap it right here, and then it'll connect to the buds fairly easily. So another thing with the case, just like with the Bose, micro USB. And I know these are actually a couple years old. I don't know, it's just one of those things. Once you have USB-C, you just expect all your devices to have USB-C, and this doesn't. So another cable you gotta carry around. But now let's talk about the buds themselves. So here's a good look at the buds themselves. Their design it's definitely noticeable. They do stick out of your ear quite a bit, just like the Bose, but the difference is These actually curve to your face. Yeah, they're noticeable, but they're more like AirPods and the way they stick out rather than being like the Bose and kind of being like Shrek ears. So they are different in design. Here are the pins right here that we utilize to charge it when we put them in our case. Here are the ear tips and the fins. But what I found interesting about the ear tips is normally, you know, they're small, there's medium and large. And typically they come with medium pre-installed, which was the case this go around as well. But the difference was I wasn't getting a good seal. So I actually bumped it up to the large, and they're still very comfortable in the ear, and they do get a great seal, but you definitely know that they're there. You can definitely feel and notice that they're there. So back to the front side. On the left earbud, that's actually the power button right there. And then on the right earbud is a multifunctional button. With the multifunctional button, you could use things like Google Assistant, as well as turning on and turning off the ambient mode. But of course, you change those settings in the app. And speaking about the app, well, let me show you. So when you load the app, this is how it's gonna look. You're gonna have a picture of your device right there, the name of the device, how much battery, quick sound settings. You have ambient control right there, an equalizer, and you know me, I love my bass. The next spot, we have what's playing, sound quality mode, and then changing the function of the left side button. So one big selling point for these buds is the fact that they actually have ambient sound control. And Sony is known, just like Bose, for their noise canceling technology. And so I had very high expectations for these buds. Unfortunately, with the ambient sound control on and the noise canceling settings set, I really couldn't tell the difference between the noise canceling setting, the ambient sound voice mode, and the ambient sound normal mode. Now, it does get a good seal in your ear, so you're really not gonna hear the outside world that much. Sony, if you're watching, maybe reach out to me and give me some instructions of how to get this ambient sound to work. I read the instructions, I saw the pictures and all that, and to me, it just doesn't work. The Bose did not have any ambient sound, any noise canceling whatsoever. The Galaxy Buds do, and those don't work, you know, the greatest. But hey, it's better than nothing. And these, it just doesn't work. And I don't know, it just doesn't work. I haven't quite figured it out in my first 24 hours of use. So with all that being said, how do they sound? They're $179. How do they sound? Do they sound better than the Bose? Do they sound better than the Galaxy Buds? How do they sound? Well, like I said, at first, they didn't sound good at all. But the problem that I had was, it was these tips right here. I needed them to be a size bigger. So I put on the large ones, had a much better seal, and you know what? They sound really good. Especially their claim that it's got mega bass or extra bass or whatever. These things actually do. They definitely pack a punch. They definitely can be pretty heavy on the low end. As far as the vocals, the mids, and the highs, it's very well tuned. Sony has their signature sound, and it's been tested, tried and true for generations now. So as far as sound quality, you will not have an issue with it whatsoever. Another thing that's kind of comparable to the Bose as well is call quality. These things actually have really good call quality. It's nice and crisp and it's clear. And I believe it's because these microphones here at the end, they're able to wrap around your face and get closer to your mouth so it can hear the sound much better. But while we're talking about call quality, so just like the Bose, audio quality only comes out of the one earbud, which is the left ear. The Bose came out of the right, these come out of the left. I don't know why that is, but I prefer audio coming out of both ears, like on my Galaxy Buds. But with these, you're just gonna get the one earbud where the audio comes out of. So is this package worth 178 bucks? Well, there's a few reasons why you would pick these up over other brands. So the first thing would have to be that you're real patient. You're a real patient guy or gal. Because everything about these buds calls for patience. Everything from putting these inside of the case, you gotta slide it in there, you gotta push it down because it doesn't go down automatically. Slide this one in there like that, push it down, closing the case, and letting it charge for 90 minutes when they're completely dead. Speaking of completely dead, so some other brands have quick charge technology. This unfortunately does not. So normally you would charge your Bose for 15 minutes, get about 45 minutes of playback time. You would charge 15 minutes on your Galaxy Buds, get an additional 2 hours of playback time. These, you just gotta leave them charged. Make sure that they're plugged in and they're juiced up because they're gonna take forever to charge up. Another thing to consider is your workouts. These are sport earbuds and they're made and designed for that. So if your workout is longer than 3 hours, your buds are gonna go dead on you. And you definitely don't want that happening while you're in the zone burning them calories. But you may say the price is a good deal. And I say for those people, they're probably keen on Sony. They love the Sony brand. Maybe as a kid, they had Sony earbuds, they had Sony headphones, and they love the Sony sound. So to them, hey, this would be a good pick for them. But to everyone else, save a few bucks and get the Galaxy Buds, or spend $20 more and get the Bose. These, I'm just not that thrilled about. So if you're ready to buy or would like more information on the Sony WF-SP700N, leave a comment below or click the link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell to make sure you're in the loop for all things handsome gadgets. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, and I guess a thumbs down if you didn't care for it. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter @HandsomeGadgets. Thank you and have a good one.